Welcome into this week's episode of
What's the Trend?
So glad to have you guys fresh off our Melissa Etheridge episode. What a fun interview that was
Isn't that
last week.
amazing that we did that? Look at us. I'm gloating for us, but we did that.
It is amazing. We had a rock star on our show.
A true rock star.
Oscar winner.
An Oscar winner.
And she couldn't have been more nice. If you guys have not listened to the episode, it's the one right before this one last week where we interviewed Melissa Etheridge about her stop here in the tri-state.
Highly encourage you to go check that out and go check out her performance online. And she did great.
That's right. Which is that new studio album she released in March called Rise. Great music. Has a collab with Chris Stapleton she did. It is fantastic. We're big fans. And she hit the stage with Winona, who we love too. We'll get Winona on next week, okay?
Yes.
Well, listen, we can promise another great episode this week as well. We are back to our regularly scheduled program. We're going to walk you guys through the biggest events in pop culture. We'd like to kick things off with some local things that are happening.
Always.
And Aaron, we got a twofer for the folks this week.
Yes.
I couldn't decide. We have two great shows that are coming to the tri-state within the next few days here. We wanted to give you guys a heads up on. I was like, should we talk about this one or that one? We said, let's just talk about both. Because we got kind of two different genres here, if you will. This is for all my classic rock fans. We've got Three Dog Night performing at the Old National Events Plaza. Again, an evening of just pure classic rock. I love Three Dog Night. Mama told me not to come. It's a good one. And so they're going to be playing in Evansville on August 15th. And that performance is scheduled for 7:30. So if you guys want to head out, tickets are still available. And then the other one that's coming to the tri-state, lots of country music fans in our area, Thomas Rhett. I mean, country music superstar is coming. And you asked where he's playing, and I was like, none other than the Ford Center, because he'll have a packed house that night. I'm sure.
I guarantee.
I'm sure there's still tickets available, but if you guys want to head to that show, it is going to be Thursday, August 20th. Again, that's Thomas Rhett. It's the Soundtrack of Life tour that he's touring right now. So I'm so glad that he's stopping in Evansville yet again. Here's the cool thing, Aaron. His opening act, you've got Connor Smith and Emily Ann Roberts. So Connor Smith, his mom and I are dear friends.
Really?
She is a very well-known TV host in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, that's cool.
She also has a highly successful podcast called Got It From My Mama, where she interviews the mothers of celebrities.
Now that's cool.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
So I just want to plug Jennifer Vickery Smith really quick. They are the kindest, sweetest family. I've seen Connor from high school kind of grow up. I remember her posting about his first performance at the Opry to when he got his record deal and was signed. He's had, multiple radio hits out there. He's now touring, and just a great family. And I absolutely love Connor, his music, and I love his mama.
Oh, that's amazing.
Her first
I love
guests
that.
on her podcast were the Jonas Brothers, Mama Jonas.
And now what a way to kick it off.
Right?
I love that.
So Jennifer Vickery, we're hoping maybe we can talk to Connor ahead of the show. We'll see what we can get for you guys.
Honestly,
a
whoever
lot of
we
promises.
can get. The sky is the limit.
Winona, Connor, let's just add it to our list. We've got a big year ahead.
We sure do. So in my event news,
let's hear
this is also more my speed, sort of, kinda, if you will. The Evansville Geek Con is returning for its 10th year at the Evansville Museum of Arts, History, and Science. Now, organizers say the event will feature panels, hands-on activities, tabletop gaming, a vendor's room, special guests, of course, cosplay contests, and more. Now, they say this year's honorary guest is M.S. Harkinson. And from what I understand, that's a graphic novel artist, which is a really big deal. Tickets are $14 for adults, $9 for children, and it's free for museum members, which is a really great deal. Now, the event takes place Saturday, August 22nd. I know it's a little far time out, but, it's always nice to get that in advance, and that's going to be taking place from 11 to 5.
It's good to give folks a heads up on that. It's funny, we've already surpassed our 1 year, and we're starting to talk about things. I remember talking about this on last year's episode. Everything's starting to come back around.
We're starting to circle back, which I kind of love, though.
Okay, so Aaron, let's move over to movies now. What topic do you have for us this week?
This one's a big one also for both of us because we grew up on this. In movie news, Disney is in early talks of a reboot of the 1990 classic Home Alone with original star Macaulay Culkin spearheading the project. Now, representatives for Disney and Culkin have yet to respond to this, but Macaulay Culkin said in the past interviews that he had an idea for a sequel that's just never been remade or done yet. So I now this being set in stone almost, we're still in talks.
Yes.
I hope they use his idea, allegedly. I think they will. If he's on board with it, I think we have a really good shot of this being a good movie.
He's been resurfacing a lot lately.
Yes.
From his appearances with his wife and their 2 sons at the Hollywood. He got his Hollywood star fame. And so it's neat to kind of, I heard him, he was a guest on a podcast I listened to a couple months back, and he's in a good place, super happy. He said, I don't really need to work. I'm doing just fine. But I think he's kind of getting back to where he wants to do some projects again.
That's cool. He was on the 10th season of American Horror Story.
Yes.
At one point, and I was like,
about that.
What an interesting choice of casting, but it made sense.
It made sense. So here's what's great is I heard, again, it's like a Hollywood talk show I listened to where they were, again, nothing's set in stone, but I heard the premise or the plot, if you will, of this. The idea that they're maybe thinking about is where Kevin, or Macaulay plays Kevin McAllister, and he is now a dad in the movie, and his son somehow locks him out of the house. So instead of him getting left behind in a house, he gets locked out of the house. I'm not sure where they're going with this, especially because you want modern technology.
Yeah.
In the first movie, it's all they had was a landline and a prayer. And so you're sitting here kind of wondering how they're going to tie all this together.
Yeah.
But I think that's the idea behind the movie. So
I think that's pretty cool.
I hope they do it.
I think they're going to use really good tech. I'm sure the Ring camera is going to play a big role.
Let's go. Yes, the Ring camera. So there you have it. I hope this happens. And Aaron and I are both excited.
Absolutely.
And hey, speaking of resurfacing, let's move to our next movie headline. You ready, Aaron?
Oh, yeah. This is a big one, too.
Okay. So you guys, Warner Brothers has officially confirmed that comedy legend Jim Carrey is going to star in a highly anticipated live-action adaptation of The Jetsons. If he wasn't even in this, I would be excited to see a live-action The Jetsons movie.
Yes.
How fun is that going to be to watch?
Oh, I guarantee. Because, we had, I don't know if I'm aging myself here. We had the Boomerang channel.
Speak for yourself.
Which, played, the old school cartoons. So,
the Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, yeah. Daughter Judy.
Meet George Jetson.
Yeah.
Remember the name of the house robot?
Not at all.
Rosie. That was a trivia question the other day. I was playing a game with my family. It was Rosie.
Rosie. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. But
I need Rosie in my life.
I would love it.
I have ChatGPT.
A live-in
it's the
maid
closest
would be
thing.
lovely.
A live-in maid of any sort would be great.
Please.
So yeah, the Jetsons. But the fact that Jim President Jim Carter will be starring, Jim Carrey will be starring in this is iconic. So what we know here, again, a lot of this is in early stages. It's going to be slated to hit theaters sometime past the year 2027. And again, Jim Carrey is going to be playing his signature high-energy physical comedy to the role of George Jetson. Now, Aaron, you were talking about these are classic cartoons. So this cartoon came out in 1962. Is it Hanna-Barbera? Am I saying that right?
Hanna-Barbera.
I never, when I was a kid, I was like, Barbara, Hanna-Barbera. But it's a 1960 cartoon. And they kind of are calling this the Jim Carrey-sance, if you will.
Okay.
Like the renaissance of Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Because this announcement is coming right on the heels of the news that he is also developing a sequel to his 2000 holiday classic, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
I completely bypassed my brain.
Me too.
And we've talked about it on the show.
I know.
So I mean, I love that he's back to work. He took time off, obviously, for himself and his reasons. I think it's really cool that he's kind of coming back around to the Hollywood scene, if you will, or just the game in general.
I love Jim Carrey, but fun fact, my big sister, Sean, shout out, she is obsessed with him. She wrote her senior paper on Jim Carrey. She was such a huge fan. Of course, my sister and I grew up in the 80s and 90s. And so Sean grew up watching Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, When Nature Calls, Liar, Liar. My sister knows every word to that movie. And I remember we would watch Jim Carrey movies and I would hear her over him talking. She just was that was her guy. She loved Jim Carrey. The Mask.
Yeah.
Watching The Mask.
I love The Mask.
Oh my gosh, what else? I mean, the list, The Grinch, when it came out, was huge. But we love Jim Carrey. And
Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty. Oh my gosh. I mean, the list just goes on. And he really hasn't been around for many years. And to see him step back into filmmaking, I mean, anything he does, I think is gold. So I'm really excited. Yeah.
And he's just such a great comedic actor.
He is.
And even kind of like a drama actor in the sense of
Andy Kaufman, when he played that role, it was really...
The Truman Show, too.
Yes, yeah.
So good.
Oh my gosh, it's like when we had our Tom Hanks moment, we just listed all those great movies and you forget.
Yeah.
So Jim Carrey is back, and these two movies, I could not be more excited to go see.
It's going to be great. I can feel it.
Well, let's move from movies to music. Aaron, what do you have for us? I know you're excited for this.
And some huge music news. The rapper A$AP Rocky says his partner and superstar Rihanna is working on new material for her long-awaited music comeback. Now, as you know, I'm a huge fan of Rihanna, so the fact that her man is saying that new music is on the way just gives me more hope, because there's been rumors for years, and even from her mouth saying like, oh, she's returning to music, she's working on new music. But her last album, Anti, was released in 2016.
When you told me this yesterday, we talk about kind of what topics we're going to go over each week during our planning session, because we put a lot of heart and soul into the show. And oh my gosh, you said, Casie, do you realize it's been since 2016? I said, that can't be right. I mean, I'm terrible at math, but that can't be right, but it is.
It's so true. And she did release a song for the Black Panther sequel a couple years ago, but in my opinion, I want a full album.
We need a full album, Riri.
And she's so good. She's such a talent.
Let's take it
back. And I get that
yeah.
she doesn't have to with her brand, but
because she
whatever.
has the Fendi brand.
She does.
Can you walk me through that side story real quick?
She somehow, well, not somehow, but she's Rihanna, and she started a brand like most people do, like,
Skims.
in the name of Britney Spears' Fantasy.
Fantasy, Kim Kardashian with Skims.
But it took off in such a global way.
Huge.
Like to the point where it's like up there with the Gucci status.
It's super expensive, and it's like top tier
designer. It's a status
designer.
Symbol.
Yeah.
And I think that's it's crazy but good on her.
Like there's other celebrities that can't get a Fendi bag.
Yes.
Which, by the way, Aaron Weeks, Christmas, just go ahead if you want to start planning my gift.
Yes. I give my whole year's salary to you.
I mean, honestly, her association with her Fendi brand, enough is enough money to retire on. So
2,000%. I think this is
keep
just
making music.
Please. I think this is probably just like her little gift to us.
Yeah.
And even if she said this is my last album, I'm like, perfect, because we didn't get a notice the last time. And if we get a notice this time, I'm totally cool with that.
And she's had 2 babies in the past couple years. And I loved when they announced that she was, for those of you who are like, Rihanna, huh? Well, remember too, she was the Super Bowl halftime performer, which I backed wholeheartedly.
I did too.
Back to my sister, Sean, I'm going to call you out. She was like, she's like, I'm trying to think, does she have a lot of stuff? And I said, are you sitting down?
If she would have ever said that to me, I'd be like,
the claws will
do
come
you
out.
have 5 to 10 minutes?
Do you have 5 to 10 hours? Because I can walk you through the trajectory of Riri.
Mm-hmm.
She really evolved as an artist too. She started off as like our kind of R&B pop, it's from Umbrella
SOS.
to SOS and
Honda Replay.
to then she evolved to kind of Bad Girl Riri, and I think was it the Cake? Was it called Cake?
Oh God,
I forgot the name of it.
I'm blanking on it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't worry, I'll look it up.
S&M.
Like the whole album that came out when I was in college was just a whole different. She cut her hair and became a new woman.
It was great.
Then she goes into designer. She's been in shows. She's done it all. I've always just been a big fan, and it's just a girl from the Barbados.
I know.
She's so talented. I love Rihanna.
She is a generational talent, in my opinion.
Anything else you want to say? Have you ever had a good Riri story? She ever made her way to the tri-state and graced you with her presence?
I wish.
I'm just buying time while I look up the name of this album.
No, I wish that I had some sort of experience. I know a few people that went to her concerts when she was still touring, and my jealousy is through the roof.
My jealousy is through the roof. We've got let's see here, Unapologetic, Talk That Talk. These are albums. Loud. Good
Loud
Girl Gone
is
Bad.
Yes.
Loud was good.
Good Girl Gone Bad is such a good album.
Such a good album. So, and of course, that's kind of like our, we have our 90s artists that we love. That's one of more of our 2010s artists that we love. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, she just hit the stage with Jay-Z recently, too, and killed it. So go, Riri. Let's have you
Love
back.
you.
Also, Rihanna. That's, just her
Color
nickname.
by her government
I know her
name.
government game. What is her last? I don't even know her last name.
I don't either.
All the iconic
I'm a fan, but I don't
stars,
even know.
like the big stars, they just go by their first name. You got,
Madonna.
Reba, Madonna, Prince, Dolly, Elvis. Like, you know what I mean? They just go by that first name status. That's when you know you've made it. Beyonce. Okay, so speaking of 90s nostalgia, taking it back, I had to bring this up. There really isn't one particular big headline surrounding this particular music news. I just wanted to talk about her. Hilary Duff is making such an absolute powerhouse comeback.
Yes.
Have you noticed this?
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's my algorithm or what, feeding me Hilary Duff content, but it's like anytime I open my phone, there she is, looking amazing.
Always.
And doing amazing.
Always.
It's kind of like, for those of you who maybe Hilary Duff started off on the Disney Channel.
As Lizzie McGuire.
As did Lizzie McGuire. And that was her famous, iconic role she's known for, which she has now fully embraced.
Yes.
She doesn't shy away from that.
No.
But she grew up
she's always loved Lizzie.
Oh, she's loved Lizzie. And she's even talking about Lizzie in interviews.
I'll never forgive Disney Plus for canceling the Lizzie McGuire reboot that we were rightfully owed.
I forgot about that.
Not me. This elephant never forgets.
This elephant never forgets. They brought back That's So Raven, but they couldn't bring back. They brought back Wizards of Waverly Place, but they couldn't bring back Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire, like, God forbid, was a liberated woman, if you will, for lack of a better phrase. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Like, I don't know. That was one of the first Disney Channel shows I ever watched.
Innuendos.
It was early.
Innuendos were in the pilot episodes of the new show, and they were like, we can't have an adult doing adult things.
Okay.
And I was like, but she's like 30.
She's in her 30s and some
What
change.
is she going to do?
Well, I forgot they were going to bring that show back, and what a loss, but don't worry, because Hilary Duff is doing just fine.
I think she's doing great.
She took a hiatus for many years, got married. She has 3 or 4 kids. I know she at least has 3 daughters.
She's got 3. I think she may have 4.
Yeah. Actually. Well, here's the thing. She is now back. We actually talked about it on this podcast where she was coming to do a Vegas residency.
Yep.
And it was kind of her first time back touring and had, new album come out. So now she's hit the road with her wildly successful Lucky Me tour. And again, just a highly anticipated return to the stage after a decade away. She even hit Madison Square Garden one night. I mean, that's a huge venue. And that's when she brought out at least the 3 daughters. If she has a 4th, I'm not sure about, but her 3 young daughters that were old enough to join her.
She has a boy.
She has a boy too. Okay, gosh, she's been busy. She deserved those 10 years off.
Truly.
She brought her 3 little girls out on stage to share a slice of pizza. Could you imagine being at her concert? And she's like, hey guys, real quick, gonna bring out my kids. We're gonna eat some pizza real quick.
I would love it.
And people loved it. She's kind of tying in just being a real person and then giving fans all the nostalgia they want. Speaking of, lots of unforgettable moments. Each week I see her do something fun and interesting, so I thought we could talk about it. So the other week when she made an appearance in Nashville, she brought out country music singer Kelsey Ballerini, who of course brought hot chicken on stage. That's a big Nashville dish. Then she wore this was a full circle nostalgic moment. I'll get to that in a minute, but this moment was neat. She invited her 2000s ex-boyfriend Joel Madden and his band Good Charlotte to perform the anthem alongside her at one show, which was cool. People loved that.
I love that song.
I love when exes get along too.
I do too.
And then this was the one I wanted to talk about too, was most recently during a stop in Philadelphia, she wore a vintage t-shirt honoring her late ex-boyfriend Aaron Carter on it. I mean, Aaron, we're here for all of it. Let's go.
Of course. Gosh, she's just she's one of those few celebrities that beat the Disney curse, if you will.
Disney curse.
That's what I look at it as, the child actors who try to transition to the adult industry and obviously struggle a little bit when it comes to either substance abuse. Everybody has their journey.
Oh, yeah.
But she's one of the few, and I put her into the same category as Zendaya.
Yeah.
Where they made that transition more seamlessly than other people, but she had a good girl image to begin with. And some people aren't given that, and I give a lot of people grace when it comes to trying to come up in that industry, especially Disney.
Yo, for
Disney's
sure.
tough.
It's
Especially when you get pigeonholed.
Yes.
And like in Miley Cyrus's case.
Oh, yeah.
People gave her hell whenever she came out with bangers.
Oh, yeah.
Which I still...
one of her best
albums. Stand that it's one of her best. But at the time, she was highly criticized. But I think Hilary Duff made it out on the other side.
She sure
unscathed.
Did. Unscathed and doing just fine. And
Absolutely.
Speaking of doing just fine, so's that skin. She looks so great. She looks amazing. And
she's using J-Lo glow.
She's using J-Lo glow. I love it. Also, her arch nemesis that they pitted against, the media pitted against.
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan. She somehow had a renaissance, a Lindsay-sance, if you will. She's back.
And not to be like surface level, whoever did her facelift, round of applause.
Round of an applause.
I mean.
I'm going to call that doctor tomorrow.
I mean, come on.
They both are looking and doing fine. Yes. And we're here for it.
I hope she brings out Lindsay at one point.
How great would that? That's like Christina and Britney.
Yeah.
That's like our version of Christina and Britney.
100%.
We got to live in both those eras. What a time to be alive.
Yes. Honestly, I think we grew up at a perfect time.
Perfect time. Can I admit something embarrassing?
Sure.
Literally last night, I was doom scrolling for just a split second. And my algorithm, again, I'm not sure what's happening with it these days, but the Britney Spears VMAs Slave for You performance with the Python, it just popped up. And do you think I sat and watched the whole entirety of that performance when I could have been doing much more important things with my life? You bet your biffies I did.
It's an iconic performance.
I just got locked in, okay?
There are some things you just can't skip.
And the lip singing was it was iconic. Okay, Aaron, I'm a little long-winded this week.
That's fine.
Just chatty Cathy.
It's our show.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's our show. We're having fun. But I want you to talk now about this next headline in celebrity news.
It's crazy. Celeb news. 30 years after the death of Tupac Shakur, the only man ever charged in his killing is now on trial.
It took long enough.
Took a long time. Now, jury selection began this week for Dwayne Davis, who is accused of orchestrating the murder. Now, prosecutors are accusing Davis of providing the gun that killed Tupac.
Wow.
Now, he was arrested back in 2023 and has pled not guilty. And this is, a really interesting trial to me because I had no idea it was happening, one.
Yeah.
But also, I had no idea that it had been 30 years. Like, doing that mental math, I was like, it has been 30 years.
It really has, yeah.
Time flies.
Wild. Time flies.
Time flies when you're not having fun.
When you're not having fun. I will be very interested to see what happens with that. And I feel like there's going to be two different...
There's going to be a lot of eyes on it.
Yes, sir. It's funny. A lot of... I feel like some of our young reporters that work out here, I wonder if they have the interest that we do, And then I was my brother-in-law who graduated in the year 2000. He was all about it. He's
sure.
We got to know what's going to happen with this. Because I feel like there's kind of a bit of a generation gap there with this.
Yeah. But we will keep following it,
Listen,
of course.
We need our answers. Rest in peace, Tupac.
Yes.
Okay, let's move to what NBC is doing. They are completely shaking up The Voice for their 31st season. It's going to launch in spring of 2027 with The Voice Celebrity.
I love it.
Excited for this.
Yes.
So star-studded spinoff here. They're going to trade your everyday aspiring singers. Forget those fools. We're going to have the well-known actors and athletes and reality stars competing for the crown. You forget how many people really do have can sing or act.
Yeah.
So, there's some athletes out there that have beautiful voices. So I can't wait to see this. Taking over the mic, though, as host presenter is going to be Emmy-winning superstar Keke Palmer.
I love
Yay!
her so much.
She's fantastic.
One of the funniest people, in my opinion.
She's hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Her podcast kills me every time.
It's great. And here, a lot of people are like, wait, what's happening to longtime host Carson Daly? No worries. He's just stepping aside from the on-camera duties to serve strictly as an executive producer. He said that the way they do the show rotation and filming, he said, we are actually, it's kind of give him a little bit of a break, where they're going to kind of do a rotation, then he'll be back the next season. He's all about it. He kind of explained it because he's like, I'm not getting replaced, and we're going to be working together on this, and I'll just be behind the scenes, which sometimes taking a step back.
Honestly, he's on the Today Show, right?
Yes, he's so busy.
So he's probably one less thing off my plate.
One less thing, and I can still get a paycheck.
Good.
So it's kind of like my version of when I don't have to go on air for a day. I just get to work on my story or produce.
Yeah, fair.
I don't have to put on makeup or glue lashes. All right, let's go. I'm sure Carson doesn't have to glue lashes on.
Well, you never know, honestly.
You never know. Okay, here's another cool aspect of this kind of change up they're doing with this season. The coaching panel, you're going to have Joe Jonas, Queen Latifah, and then country singer Riley Green as kind of all different genres there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Honestly, probably the best case scenario.
Works for me. Okay, so that's happening. That brings us to the end of today's show. Aaron, let's hit him with some history.
Yes, on this day in entertainment history in 2020, Ted Lasso premiered on Apple TV+. It's crazy how this show came about doing my research on it, because it started out as Jason Sudeikis playing this character for promotions for NBC's coverage of England's soccer Premier League, and that eventually turned into a full blown out show.
I know.
They enjoyed it so much, and people enjoyed it so much, they turned it into a show that became Emmy and Golden Globe winning.
It was huge. It is huge. I mean, when people...
The fourth season just premiered this week, too.
Yes. My sister literally was like, you have to watch this show, Kate.
Have you seen it?
So that's the thing. I have seen the first 2 or 3 episodes. We had bought, it was a subscription issue. And I'm embarrassed to say I was using one person's account. Don't come after me, government. And then we moved and it logged out. And I was like, oh no. So we're going to have to, my sister goes, why don't you just come to my house? We'll watch it together. Mm-hmm. And have we found the time to do that yet? No. But I'm please no spoilers. I'm dying to watch this show.
It's a great show.
Everybody loves it.
Everybody loves it.
And Jason Sudeikis.
it got me through a lot of 2020, 2021. Mm-hmm. Me and my roommate at the time would just literally continue. It was only 2 seasons, so we just started over until the 3rd season came out. And it was just one of those feel good shows.
Yes.
And gave you a little bit of hope.
It's like comfort food, but a show version.
Hello.
Everyone loves. I mean, I've only seen the first 1 or 2 episodes, and I was locked in. Mm-hmm. And for it to be ripped away, it was like a child. Someone took their candy.
I know.
It was so sad.
But honestly, having to pay for another subscription... It's tough.
Listen, I
already have all the others. I was already on the fence about keeping my Prime.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, I have to.
You're in your Prime. You need to keep your Prime.
Thank you so much.
I will say, there's something, I don't know what the premise, I don't know what happens on this show, but you just said it too. It's everybody, there's something feel good about it. I don't know what it is.
There's just some sense of hope.
Yes. So I need to lock in and watch
this
show.
And he has such a good outlook on life that
we could all use a little Ted Lasso.
Yes, I would love to be his friend. I don't know if he'd love to be mine, but I would love to be his friend.
We'll make it happen. So there you go. Ted or Jason or both. I know, isn't it funny? Sometimes I'm I want to be friends with the character, not the I want to be friends with Michael Scott from The Office. I'm sure Steve Carell is great, but I want to meet Michael Scott.
I would hate Michael Scott, but I would love to be friends with Leslie Knope.
You would be Leslie Knope from Parks and Rec. My husband, hot take, he loves The Office, but he's I don't think I'll like Parks and Rec. I'm you've got to give it a chance. So.
See, I'm the opposite way around. I was okay with The Office. I watched the first 2 seasons of it.
Yeah.
And then I fell off. First season is tough watch.
And Parks and Rec too. I almost just started season 2 with that show.
Yeah. But I fell in love with Parks and Rec.
Yeah, when they bring
that scene alone where they're on the ice kills me every time.
Oh, when the campaign.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, and just massive stars coming out of that show. We could go down a whole rabbit hole with that.
Yeah,
the evolution of Chris Pratt is one of my favorite things.
The craziest things I've ever seen.
Well, I tell you guys what, so many feel good shows out there you could watch this week, and thankfully we're not in the middle of another pandemic where we need to find something. Yeah. My pandemic show was Tiger King. Do you remember?
Oh, I remember when that came out.
It was at the very start of the pandemic, and everyone
watched it, and I'm of course these people are from Florida. Shout out to my Floridians.
Shout out to our Floridians.
But I'm just gonna say y'all are crazy down there.
Ooh, yeah.
Yikes.
That show was.
I was oh, these are
that was 2020.
People.
Swamp people. Wonder what they'd call it.
At first, I was are these circus people?
Yeah. I just felt bad for the tigers. I was
too.
Carol Baskin.
There's not one person on that show that was had a full-blown mind.
No, not. They were sharing half a brain cell probably, which is really what brings us here today to our show. You and I do the same each week on What's the Trend.
And but you guys eat it up.
And they love it. The people love it. Okay, so anything else we want to tease or talk about coming up?
Oh, next week is our 50th episode.
50th episode. We need to figure something
out. We're going to do something special. I don't know what yet because we haven't discussed it because we literally just found out before this show. I was like, I think next week is our 50th.
Speaking of brain cells, I'm like, my brain cell is not on. I need to go drink some coffee and then I will come up with some good ideas. Let me have my coffee and then I do my best work.
I get it.
Okay, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Episode 50 coming your way next week, but we hope you enjoyed this week's episode.
Yes.
Again, you got Three Dog Night, Thomas Rhett within the next few days in the tri-state. So hopefully you listen to this in a timely manner and don't miss those shows. And in the meantime, Aaron and I will see you back here next time. Same place, same show, same lovable co-host.
Yep.
Bringing you What's the Trend. Aaron, get us out of here.
Yeah, you can find us on Apple, Amazon, Spotify. Go to 14news.com. We'll be under podcasts. You can watch the full episode there, or you can watch us on YouTube.
See you there. Bye, guys.
Bye.